On October 12, 2002, a fire report was received at a fire station in Shiojiri City, Nagano Prefecture, Japan. The report indicated that a car was on fire near a river. However, the firefighters who arrived at the scene discovered more than just the vehicle. Two bodies, a man and a woman, were found burned at the scene. The woman's body was found on the ground about 10 meters away from the car, while the man's body was curled up between the front passenger seat and the back seat of the vehicle. Upon identification, it was revealed that the woman was Nozomi Momoi, a 24-year-old adult video model, and the man was her boyfriend, Sakai. The police conducted an investigation and discovered numerous self-inflicted wounds on Nozomi's body. Additionally, a burned knife was found in Sakai's hand. The police inferred that Sakai had likely murdered Nozomi and then set the fire before making an extreme decision himself. An autopsy confirmed that Nozomi had multiple self-inflicted wounds on her waist and abdomen, which were the cause of her death. Sakai's autopsy revealed that he had died before the fire, presumably from external trauma. A burned knife was found in Sakai's left hand, but his acquaintances reported that he was right-handed and had a strong fear of knives. During the investigation, additional evidence emerged showing signs of external attacks on Sakai's body. His skull was confirmed to have been crushed by a blow. The police also found numerous peculiar clues at the scene. Firstly, the burned vehicle belonged to Sakai, but it was unusual that he was found between the front passenger seat and the back seat rather than the driver's seat. Another clue was that the fire was caused by kerosene, but no container of kerosene was found at the scene. Finally, all the vehicle's doors were locked, but the car keys were inside. This suggested that someone might have intentionally locked the doors from the outside. Considering all the evidence, the conclusion was reached that Nozomi and her boyfriend were victims of homicide. This case seemed too complex to be a simple act of murder because no suspect-related evidence was found around the scene, indicating that the perpetrator had meticulously avoided leaving clues. Nozomi was born in Nagano Prefecture, obtained a nutritionist certification, and started working in Tokyo. She accidentally transitioned into AV acting after being cast in Shinjuku. She debuted in 2001, a year before her death, and quickly gained popularity in the industry. In 2002, she formed a group called Minx with other industry actresses and engaged in various activities. She met Sakai, a high school classmate, and the two quickly became close and soon became romantically involved. At that time, Sakai was a regular 20-something working as an electronics installer. An industry insider claimed that the case was undoubtedly a homicide due to Nozomi's conflicts with AV industry professionals. She was quite well known among adult video models, and her popularity was increasing. She had appeared in over 200 works in a year, which was an impressive schedule requiring almost 3 shoots per week. Additionally, she managed to fit in group activities and magazine shoots, bringing in an estimated $2 million to her company. After starting a relationship with Sakai, new rumors began circulating about Nozomi. The rumors suggested that Nozomi wanted to quit her work as an AV actress. In fact, an incident occurred 2 days before she was found dead. 2 days prior, when she was supposed to be filming, she suddenly said she couldn't continue. Her refusal to participate led to an argument with the production team. This confrontation is thought to have angered the company's representatives, leading to the hypothesis that she might have been killed because of it. Within the industry, this hypothesis was almost accepted as fact. However, delving deeper into the case, it became clear that the issue was not only with Nozomi. Her boyfriend Sakai was also entangled in financial matters with someone. During a search of his home, a promissory note for a $6,000 loan was found, but neither family nor friends knew who he had borrowed the money from. The identity of the lender was crucial. Police investigations revealed that Sakai had previously been involved in a pyramid scheme at the suggestion of a neighbor. Additionally, the handwriting on the promissory note matched the neighbor's handwriting. When police urgently questioned the neighbor, he strongly denied any connection to the case and had an alibi, so the police could not find concrete evidence. As the investigation continued, new circumstances emerged. Nozomi and her boyfriend were found to be barefoot at the death scene, but their shoes were discovered at Sakai's home. The police speculated that someone might have driven their car to the scene and staged the fire to make it look like they died in the blaze. When the police visited Sakai's home, his computer was still on. They also found that both had phones, but the phones were never found. Further examination of Sakai's home revealed another peculiar detail: a photo of Nozomi and Sakai taken shortly before their deaths, showing them in a loving pose. However, the tracksuit Sakai was wearing in the photo was never found after his death. His family stated that Sakai never went out in his tracksuit, and the clothes were missing from his home. As the police investigation continued, numerous inconsistencies emerged, leading the case into ambiguity. Consequently, the police found it difficult to determine whether the case was a double suicide or a murder. Despite claims from those who knew them that it was not a murder, the police gave an ambiguous answer, stating that both suicide and homicide were possible. There were also rumors that the Yakuza might be involved, as Nagano Prefecture is home to the Yamaguchi Gumi, Japan's largest Yakuza organization. People speculated that the promissory note might have been created by the Yakuza and that Sakai was killed for not repaying the debt. Rumors also circulated that the police's lack of progress might have been due to the influence of the Yakuza. Ultimately, the police concluded that the case was a double suicide. They decided that Sakai had stabbed Nozomi, then poured kerosene on both their bodies and set them on fire. The police's conclusion stirred controversy in Japanese society at the time. However, the case seemed to slowly fade from public memory in Japan, leaving many questions unanswered. Then, 8 years after the incident in 2010, a new tip came in from Sakai's neighbor, the man who had introduced him to the pyramid scheme. He revealed that he had lied to the police about his alibi on the day of the incident to avoid being caught by his wife. He also admitted to creating the promissory note, but claimed he had no involvement in the murders. People questioned why he chose to confess after 10 years. The police did not conduct further investigations. The case remains unresolved. Nozomi's family argues that the truth was obscured by the Japanese police's inadequate investigation. Although the investigation was closed, Nozomi's fans continue to call for a reinvestigation through petitions.